I'm going to cast Aqueous Form, targeting Oyam and Arta.
Aqueous, because it's aqua.
Is it not aqueous?
It's aqueous form because look at the art. It's aqueous, aqua, water.
It's
aqueous.
It's split, but it's got E.
Aqueous, aqueous.
It's awkward either way. All right, we're gonna throw that Arta.
What's alchemy? Because today on Shuffle Up and Play, we are trying to make the digital arena alchemy brawl format work in paper. What the hell is going on here? These three Brawl stars, who you hopefully know and are subscribed to, held me down, pinned me down, and forced me to agree to a paper digital game of Brawl.
Oh my god, I can't hold them. Hi everybody, we're playing Brawl. Brawl is a digital-only format, which used to be called Historic Brawl. It's a 1v1 format. You could technically play it with more players, but there's no way to do that. And you start with 25 life. You have a 100-card singleton deck, and you have a commander, which is a legendary creature or planeswalker. Sound a lot like Commander? Because it is a lot like Commander, except there's no commander damage, and there's a bunch of cards that don't actually exist in paper, which we're gonna be playing today. In fact, I'm going to be playing Oyam and Arta, Polar Werebear. Oyam and Arta is a Dungeons & Dragons character from Icewind Dale. You might be familiar with her. She's a big old bear and she likes to go fishing. When she deals combat damage to a player, she makes a food. She can sacrifice the food to get a fish and then get some mana to play the fish.
What? What are we doing?
It's a gifted fish? Is it like a gifted fish like Bloomburrow?
No, it's not a gifted fish. She goes fishing and she catches a fish and then she plays it because I guess it's still alive. She's catch and release kind of play. She's a nice woman. She's also a bear. Her creature type is giant bear.
Delightful. Shall I tell them what I'm doing?
But tell them who you are and what you're doing. And so people know how we're doing this is we will be switching roles, but two people, since Brawl is not 4-player, Brawl is 1v1, but it requires a computer. So we're gonna be the computer for them, and then we're gonna play against one another, and they will be the computer for us. But who are you and what are you playing here today?
Hello, I am Covert Go Blue, the one and best of one, of which Brawl is a format that is best of one. And I am here to play the ultimate villain of the alchemy format, Rusko the Clockmaker. Rusko enters the battlefield and conjures a midnight clock. Hey,
what's conjure?
Conjure is when you reach up into the aether sphere somewhere in the universe and bring forth a midnight clock. It wasn't in your 60, it wasn't in your sideboard, it just happens.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention, I'm going to be drafting from spellbooks. I'll explain it when we do it.
I'm Spellbooks.
He's spellbooks.
And over here is my conjurer, and you couldn't ask for a more legendary conjurer, so.
Hi there, my name is LVD, probably better known as LegenVD on YouTube, and I love building decks and sharing it with the world. And today I'll be CGB's computer, generating clock tokens, maybe getting the power 9 in his library if we get lucky.
And you've also got your own Brawl deck that you've brought for when we go up against each other in round 2. And Amy, because I don't play Arena Alchemy Brawl Historic, is what this is officially called. Amy built me my own deck, and I've never been more afraid in my life.
I made it a fun one. I promise.
This is everything that I have to manage for Amy here. These are the tokens that her deck might make. And these are 2 sub decks, is what these are sub-decks?
Those are spell books.
These are spell decks.
Spell books.
Spell books, okay. And then we also make food tokens. Oh, look, it's LVD offering us a waffle.
It's a Belgian specialty. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you a fresh, warm waffle, but CGB can attest to how good they are. And this way you get to experience a little bit of the kind of Belgian waffle experience at least.
That's okay, because I've already got the Belgian specialty here today because you're playing with us. So I'm so happy that you've joined us.
Thank you.
And I apologize in advance for how this may or may not go. How do we begin? You got to lead me. I'm just the computer. So we're gonna roll. Do you roll to see who goes first?
Yeah. Let's
The computer.
roll for high.
The computer determines who goes first on Arena.
Oh well, it's rigged on Arena, so Amy goes first.
Hey, no, that's not how that works.
You know the shuffler hands.
All right. So do you want to roll for CGB?
I'll roll for Roscoe.
Ooh,
Got a
6.
6.
All right, and Amy goes first with a 4 because we're rolling for low.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Also
Okay.
not how it works.
All right.
Are you ready to rock out with your clock out?
Oh.
No. PG-13 show. PG-13.
I said clock. There's an L in there.
Well, I'm ready to get fishy with my friend Amy over here for an unbearably good time. But once again, normally we would draw our 7 and pick our mulligan, but that's not how it works on Arena, is it?
No, you see, there's something called the opening hand algorithm. So the computer is going to shuffle, pick between 2 opening hands, and give us the better one that represents the, well, I guess mana in our deck better. Just, you know what?
Okay.
Here's our decks.
Here you go, guys.
Have fun.
So I'm gonna look at 2 opening 7s and pick one of the 2 opening 7s
Yes.
for you.
And you don't show them to us.
This is what goes on Arena. I haven't played in a while.
I mean, this part's kind of like, we don't actually know exactly how it works, but it works something like this.
It's like a secret. In the very early days of Arena, when they had streams talking about it, they talked about the hand smoothing algorithm specifically for best of 1. And they said that the computer is going to look at 2 hands and pick the one with a land to spell ratio closer to the average land to spell ratio of your deck. So how many lands are in your deck, Amy?
I think I put 40 in both of our decks because I wanted to make sure we would draw lands.
So that's kind of straightforward, right? So you're looking for, if one hand has 3 lands and the other has 2 or 4, you have to show us the 3 land one, even if the colors suck.
It's very rare to have like a no land hand in Arena because it means that both like random hands basically had to add 0 lands in them.
Feels really good when it happens too.
Hand 1.
Yep, don't show us. Don't show us.
While they're doing this, I should also explain that this is a cutthroat 1v1 format.
It absolutely is. It is the height of competition on Magic Arena, really. Mythic has nothing on this.
I know.
This is your opening hand.
Dude, nice hand. Thanks.
You're welcome. I guess you gotta hand it to me.
Yeah, there's no way I'm not keeping this.
I like that. You're going first, right?
I am.
Let's party.
Start the games. I will play this beautiful island and pass.
A throwdown of forest and pass.
Now, do we need to make the sound effects of the lands entering?
Ooh, yeah.
All right, let's hear it. When CGB plays his next land, let's hear it.
Swamp. Pass.
Island? Very flattering. This is great.
Picture like tropical and waves, and that sounds like a toilet that's about
I don't remember. I don't remember what Arena sounds like. I play Magic Online, all right?
And I'll tap for 2, and I'm going to play Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. If anybody casts a spell that targets 1 creature, I can choose to copy that spell onto Ivy as well. She's also a 2/1 flyer. She's very cute. Go ahead.
She is nasty, and I don't like her.
That is actually why I kept that hand. I had no idea about the other cards. In either
know
hand,
this
I
one?
just saw I know Ivy. And I was like, there we go. Let's go.
Okay. Computer, do you love me?
Let's find out.
All right. We're friends today. I'll drop this island. Oh my gosh. This might be my favorite card on Magic Arena. It really might be. Since this card's been printed, I put it in so many decks. I'm gonna cast Oracle of the Alpha.
What?
Now
is
we're
that?
playing with power.
Yes, this is a 2/3 flying bird wizard. When Oracle of the Alpha enters the battlefield, conjure the power 9 into your library, then shuffle, and whenever the Oracle attacks, scry 1. So Prof, I need you to go find the power 9 somewhere around.
Oh, I didn't bring my power 9 with me. LVD, do you have a power 9?
I so happen to be a bit of a collector of magic cards. And here's the power 9 for those that maybe aren't familiar. You've got your 5 Moxen, 0 mana artifacts that tap for 1 mana. We've got, of course, Black Lotus. Then
good.
we've got our Time Walk to take an extra turn. We've got Time Twister, which is like the bottom of the power 9, you could say. And then we've got Ancestral Recall. Draw 3 cards for 1 mana.
I would like that one near the top if you don't mind, computer. Now, conjure those and please shuffle them into my library.
2/3 flyer, and I have a 2/1 flyer. What am I supposed to do about this?
And the power 9 in his deck.
Who cares?
All right, so they get shuffled in.
Yep, conjure, then shuffle.
Yeah.
Make it a really good one. Continue to love me, computer. I really want to draw a box.
Is that what you want to draw most out of the power 9 right now?
I can't lie. It's Ancestral Recall. I draw 3 for 1 mana?
That's almost as good as gaining 3 life or preventing 3 damage for 1 mana.
Time Twister I would also accept, just because casting a Time Twister sounds really fun to me.
Time Twister I would also accept, I guess.
He was the one saying it's the lowest member
Yeah, like if
power
you
9.
do you believe that Time Twister is really the bottom of the power 9? Make sure that you at LVD on social media or just leave the comments all over his newest video, whether you agree or disagree with him.
I mean, there are exceptions where it's really good, but...
Yeah, like when you have a
There's a few instances where it's really good.
Sure.
A few.
And then now... This is random.
Yeah, well.
I feel this strange disturbance in the forest, as if a computer got really excited about something.
It's a Time Twister.
Pass.
If it's a Time Twister, I will be very, very excited. I'm going to throw down Castle Garenbrig, which once we get enough mana, will turn into more mana. And I will tap for 1, 2, 3 to play a Goose Mother for X = 1. The Ghost Mama enters with a +1/+1 counter on it, and I'm going to get a food token.
All right.
I have a food.
Here we go.
Honk.
Waffle.
Oh my
All
gosh,
right.
a delicious Belgian waffle. And that's going to be my turn. Not as exciting as yours. Let's power 9.
This game legitimately belongs to the birds right now.
Oh,
Tweet.
God.
Draw for the turn.
You're not allowed to make jokes like that. You're not a dad.
That's so true. If I had a child, I would name them Sapphire.
Oh!
Mock Sapphire. Tap to add 1 blue mana to your mana pool. Did you know that tapping this artifact can be played as an interrupt? It's important information, you guys. I live to scry because every scry is 1 step closer to Time Walk. I'm going to attack you with Oracle of the Alpha, and on attack, I scry 1. I will keep that card. Yeah, we're gonna keep that right there. So, what do you got?
Got a 3/3 flyer, and I'm going to try to block.
Remember the one thing you asked me not to do?
I told you not to blink
I
the Oracle.
have to blink the Oracle. I'm gonna cast Blur.
Come on.
I'm gonna exile Oracle of the Alpha and return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. I'm gonna conjure another power 9 into the deck shuffle
Do we
and
have
draw a
another
card.
power 9?
I have another power. Okay, you're gonna make me go get my power 9. I'll be right back.
I told you not to do it! I noticed that you targeted your card with Blur, even though I told you not to blink the Oracle of the Alpha. Ivy is going to see that you targeted a single creature with the spell and say, I too am targeted with Blur. It's gonna go wacham pacham, and I will draw a card.
All right. I've got a few of the power 9 here. These are all fake. These are all fake. This all are proxy cards for production. We had them made for situations like this. So, power 9. We need a Mox Jet.
Yep.
A Tabernacle.
No, that's too good.
No,
That's too
okay.
powerful. So I actually draw the card from Blur before the power 9 gets conjured in, so that scry to the top is worth something. And then, computer, take it away. You did great last time. Can you please move them very close to the top? Yes.
Now we could find the power 9, but we couldn't find more orange sleeves. So we will know when this power 9 comes up. But
You know, for knowledge's sake, should he just keep the deck over there and like?
No. Hey, everyone at home, if you have a problem with the fact we're doing it this way, at Covert Go Blue on his YouTube channel, just go leave a comment.
I did this. I was told one thing: don't blink the Oracle of the Alpha too much because we don't have enough sleeves, and I had to do it.
I'd like to point out that now CGB's deck has more than 100 cards in it because the power 9 has been added twice.
It's 118 cards.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful deck. We've got a beautiful deck here.
Magic as Richard Garfield intended.
Magic Arena as Richard Garfield intended.
I wonder what's on top.
That's cool. I'm gonna play Clearwater Pathway on the black side as a Murkwater Pathway, and I'm gonna continue the alchemy because why not? I'm gonna play Clone Crafter. When this enters the battlefield, it's a 1/2 creature that conjures a duplicate of a random creature card from an opponent's library into my hand. It perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast this spell.
You won't know what it is.
Do not shuffle my deck. Just look at it, find a random creature, write down its name and what it does, and then put it in his hand.
Okay.
Yep.
So the way I'm going to do this, and you're just going to have to trust me the way you trusted LVD on that shuffle, which I don't know that I trust LVD on that shuffle. I am just going to look, and the first creature I see is the one that I grab. And I'm just going like this, and there's a creature. I swear, it's right here. I just was opening till I see a creature, and now I'm gonna write it down.
And I'm not looking. I do not see it. This is information the computer knows because the computer is so smart, so generous, and is going to give CGB a card that's not useful in his deck. Please.
Quite likely. My deck's not made to take advantage of what yours does, but it might get a little fishy. It could be exciting.
That's true.
We are playing Magic the Gathering.
Kind of.
Technically a legal format.
And it does help to have a computer. It does it all very, very like snap. But I will say, I prefer the Legend Shuffler right now.
Yeah,
that goes into your hand.
Can I read it?
Deal with it.
Oh, sorry. I had to.
Yeah.
I read the first line like 3 times. Oh,
Yeah.
I get it. Oh, this is Judge does. Okay, it perpetually gains mana of any color can be spent to cast a spell. That doesn't affect its mutate cost, does it?
No!
I believe it does.
It does. You can use any color.
It does?
You can use any color to cast, and mutated have alternative casting costs.
Oh, the shufflers love me today. I've had enough turn. I'm gonna pass.
This was not
turn.
This was in the order. I know it looked a little messy. I swear that's the order it was in.
I believe it.
Yes.
Oh my god, this game is already really normal. An island. You sure do have some bird. And I'm gonna play my commander. Oh yeah! Minartok! She's a 4/5 big ol' werebear. She has hexproof until she deals damage. And when she does damage to a player, I'll be getting that food. And I already do have some food, but that food can be used to go fishing, getting cards off the spellbook, which will be presented randomly to me, and I get to select 1 of 3. I will then go to combat, look at you menacingly, and then pass a turn.
Cool. I can't wait to get to this draw step. I got a feeling.
wonder
I got
why.
a feeling.
Time twister, time twister, time twister, time twister, time twister. Better not be a time walk.
It's not. It's
It's ancestral recall.
You sure are tapping 1 blue.
I'm having a thought.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It looks like 3 cards on Shuffle Up and Play. I'm going to Ancestral Recall. I'm going to target me.
At least we know he's not drawing any well, it might be some of the first batch of conjured cards.
Come on, baby.
I think he drew some of the first batch of conjured cards.
Shuffler's rigged. Whenever they say
It is rigged because he put the card on top.
Shuffler's
Completely
rigged.
random.
I will play a swamp. We're not doing this every time? Okay. Let's cast.
I think it's only for rare lanes.
That makes sense. Let's cast Rusco, Clockmaker. 3/3. When it enters, I will conjure a card named Midnight Clock onto the battlefield. Ow! Beautiful. And whenever I cast a non-creature spell, I put an hour counter on each permanent I control named Midnight Clock. Each opponent loses 1 life, and I gain 1 life. Midnight Clock, if you're not familiar, at the beginning of each upkeep gets an hour counter, and when it hits 12, I shuffle the graveyard into the deck, and I draw another 7, which is getting very exciting.
Especially with double power 9.
Double power 9. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
That's
get a lot of
pretty
mana
nice.
into play when, like, there's how many Moxen in the deck? A lot. There's a lot of Moxen.
There's some. I think that's enough for this beautiful turn. Amy, all you.
All right. I noticed that you have considerably more blockers, at least power than I can get through with my bear.
We're walling up.
Walling up. I will pop down the forest here. And I think it's time to go fishing. I'm going to pay 1 blue and sacrifice a food to get 3 blue mana. I'll just put this here. I can only use this to cast blue creature spells. Now, from my spell book, I think it's this one.
I'm supposed to do it. I'm the computer.
All right.
I'm the computer.
I have to double check. Please show me 3 random cards from that pile. I will choose one and conjure it into my hand.
All right, you're
A
gonna
collection of fishy cards from Magic
Boop.
history. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are
Boop.
they're fishies.
boop at random. You may choose one of those 3. I get to see them too.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's not going to be very useful.
No.
No, it's really not. I think, let's see. I think I'm taking this one. Thank you so
right.
much. This card is not removed from the spell book, so technically it's still available.
No, it's not. I don't have any. I both no longer have any more of these
I'm
sleeves.
pretty
Nor do I have
sure.
any.
I'm pretty sure in proper Brawl alchemy that there has to be another one that you can get up to 100,000 of them. I think that's how it works.
Unless that card is a Tolarian Academy, then no, it's not because I don't have proxies of it.
I'm going to cast a blue creature spell. I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 for Nezahal Primal Tide.
That's the one I was afraid of, actually.
Can't be countered, no maximum hand size. If you cast a non-creature spell, I draw a card, and I can discard cards to exile it and then bring it back.
No.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
no.
a beautiful time.
I don't think I can get you out of this one.
We're gonna need a bigger power 9.
And I noticed there's some white sleeved cards near the top of your deck, so I really don't want you scrying. So I'm gonna leave that Goose Mama back and pass the turn.
So, look, computer, I have a complaint. You didn't tick up my clock on her upkeep. We are playing with the computers. We should not have to remember these things. All right, you're done?
I'm done.
In your end step, I have an effect.
No.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to cast a fun alchemy card. This is Saba Siphoner. And it costs 2 and blue, but if I have no, double check, instant or sorcery spells in my hand,
Let me verify. Verification complete.
then it only costs 2 blue. And this human ninja has flash.
No! You have the freaking in your grave. You have ancestral recall.
When it enters the battlefield, I will return an instant or sorcery from my graveyard to my hand. And as much as I love Blur, I really love drawing 3 cards.
God.
So go to my turn.
Yes, we'll
right.
go to your turn.
Untap, upkeep. And draw.
I love looking at your hand from this side because there's like definitely the power 9 and whatever the hell card was from my deck.
Just a game of magic. Just a game of magic, everybody.
Technically, on Arena, the card would be like turned face this way as well.
That's true. Thank you so much. I can see that ancestral recall bright and clear. It's revealed. It has a little eyeball on it. It's for those of us who have really poor working
I want to
memories.
look at it. You don't get to look at it. I get to look at it. Okay, it's so beautiful. Let's just cast it. It was so much fun the first time. Let's cast it again. I'm going to cast Ancestral Recall. I'm going to still target myself.
But we get triggers from that. Both
That's right.
of us do. So I lose a life and you gain a life.
Yep.
And also, I get to draw a card? I get to draw a card.
You get to draw a card from Nezahal.
Yay, thanks, Nezzy.
You get to draw. You get to draw.
Clock trigger. And I will draw 3 cards.
Oh no. Not that one.
Not this one. Nope. It's just very exciting. I'm sorry. It's just so exciting. I haven't cast this much Power 9 in paper before. It's a
This
little
might be
absurd.
some of the most Power 9 ever cast on Shuffle Up and Play.
That's right. Yes.
Island is land for turn. Mox Ruby is also land for turn.
Wait, what is that?
Mox Ruby?
Yeah, I know.
It taps to add 1 red mana to my mana pool.
Oh,
I can
that's what it does.
play it as an interrupt.
Oh, I didn't know what a Mox Ruby does according to the internet, which is why there's not one on our wall, because the internet says I don't know what it is. So now I know what it is.
It does also come with triggers.
Oh my god, it's a non-creature. I lose another life, and I draw another card, and you gain another life, and the clock goes bing bong.
I got this one. I'm gonna tap 4, and I'm gonna cast this card, Spark Double.
Oh my god.
Now this is a proper magic card, but it can enter as a creature or planeswalker with an additional +1/+1 counter, and it isn't legendary, and I told you what I came here to do. So
Are we getting another Power 9?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you can stop. It's okay. I'm getting another clock. I'm gonna make a copy of Rusko Clockmaker with the Spark Double, and the second midnight clock will arrive on the scene. Then 4 more. Let's keep the train coming. I'm gonna play City Stalker Connoisseur, and I'm going to put your computer to work. This is a 3/3 Death Touch Vampire. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a non-land card with the greatest mana value among cards in their hand.
Okay.
And I create a blood token. So you have to find the card with the greatest mana value, non-land, and that's what they discard.
You are discarding an octopus.
I was gonna mutate this next turn. Oh man.
3? 3?
No, it's just one octopus.
But 3, that's the most expensive card in the hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I do require a blood token. Computer!
I'm working on it.
I have never been happier in a game of Magic in my life. I cast Ancestral Recall twice on Shuffle Up and Play. I'm invincible. This, whatever is the top of the mountain, this is it. This is the tippity top.
So we've actually got the blood token from the Shuffle Up and Play Season 3 token pack, which is blood from your wallet paying for magic cards.
Now, you just need one that like also converts to mythic wild cards, and this will be perfect. Now, you've got big monsters.
I got 3, 3,
You
4,
got-
5,
yeah.
7, 7, and a 2.
Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna pass. You do your thing.
Oh yeah. Minartok.
Clocks on the upkeep.
I've untapped, I've drawn, I'm going to play a waterlogged grove. It's time to get some damage dealt, which is going to be hard because you have so many blockers. But you don't have the ability to get through this. I'm going to cast Aqueous Form targeting Minartok.
Aqueous, because it's aqua.
Is it not aqueous?
It's aqueous form because look at the art. It's aqueous, aqua, water.
It's
aqueous.
But it's got E.
Aqueous. Let us know in the comments below if it's aqueous or aqueous.
It's awkward either way. All right, we're gonna throw down Minartok, and when I target Minartok with it, Ivy's going to get deeply jealous and say, I too wish I had a little bit of unblockability, so I'm going to get an aura on Ivy as well. So this is an aura that allows me to attack, unblock with those creatures, and when I attack, I scry 1. So let's start dealing some damage. I am going to swing in with Minartok and Ivy for 2 damage that you can't block in the air and 4 on the ground.
Are those attack trigger scries?
Yes, so I'm going to scry 1. No. And then I'm going to scry 1. Yeah! And put it to the bottom. I don't think, you do have mana up, so are you doing anything in response?
Can't block, won't block.
Can't block, won't block, no problem. Please take 6 damage, and I will be getting a food.
Here is a Belgian waffle for you.
Oh, delicious. I could go for a Belgian waffle right now. That sounds fantastic. And I also get to use my Minartok because I want to, because it's fun. But wait. Oh, I know what's on top of my deck. What's on top of my deck lets me do even more stuff, so I'm going to pay 2 mana to explore! So I can draw a card, play an additional land. That sounds pretty fun to me. A card, perhaps from the top of my library. And I'm going to play an additional land, this forest here, and then I'm going to tap 3, 4 for Oracle of Moldiah. I get to reveal the top. Oh look, Birds of Paradise. And I can play another additional land per turn.
Makes sense that Sea Dasher Octopus was the most expensive thing in your hand.
Yeah, I had a lot of lands in my hand. My shuffler is just not as good as yours.
I'm right here. I'm sitting right here.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't give me the power 9, so like, what's even the point?
You don't have a card in your deck that does that.
That's true, because I didn't want to have
All
to
right,
conjure the power 9.
I'll give you some power 9.
I don't need that. Because I got Llanowar Elf. That's right, the OG.
If it were a power 10, Llanowar Elf, all the way.
All the way. I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap. Oh, thank you. Well done. Well done. Swamp for turn. A computer. You got a lot of stab wounds over there.
I sure do.
It would be a shame if they didn't get used.
No, come on. No.
They don't know what's coming. Nobody knows about this card. But if you have a spare mythic wild card on Arena and want to level up your Brawl games, I recommend Perforator Crocodile. This is a 6/5, and when it enters the battlefield, for each creature your opponents control, conjure a card named Stab Wound onto the battlefield attached to that creature. Oh, what's Stab Wound? Anybody heard of this card, Stab Wound? What's it do?
It's an aura that enchants creatures, gives them -2/-2, and also makes me lose 2 life at the start of my upkeep for each instance. So I think I have a couple.
You get a stab wound, and 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 I ran out of stab wounds.
It's okay. We're fine here because this is going to die. This is going to die.
Oh no.
This is going to die. And you're going to get some extra stab wounds in your graveyard there.
Yes, we're stocking the graveyard with stab.
Yeah, this is like Massacre Worm for people who are playing on their silly little computers. It's a great card. You can even discard it and reanimate it very easily. Oh no, now I don't have a 1/1 flyer. And also I'm losing 6 at the start of my next turn. I designed this deck because I was like, how do I make a Rusco deck that still feels like Rusco and is still, CGB appropriate, but isn't a Rusco deck? I made a Blink deck. Clearly that was a mistake.
Some would say Rusco is a mistake, so that's legit. I'm gonna cast for its mutate cost a Toxic Sheep Squatch, aka Gem Razor, from the Clone Crafter. And I'm going to mutate onto my Oracle of the Alpha into a 4/4 trampling beast, I believe.
Yeah, it's got reach
and
too,
reach.
I think.
And when it mutates, I will destroy target artifact or enchantment.
The stab wounds, right?
No, this would be the Aqua-Eus form. Did I do that right?
I think it's Aqua. You think it's Aqua.
Aqua.
Aqueous.
Aqueous.
You go
I
to
feel
the
like
aquarium?
Aqueous would relate to horses somehow.
Yeah.
Like an equine. Ooh, horse
Equine form of the equine.
And I think it's time to move to combat, since you attacked me so ruthlessly. Let's send with the City Stalker Connoisseur and the Toxic Sheep Squatch Oracle of the Alpha Gem Razor 4/4 Flying Trample. When it attacks, I will scry 1.
I wonder what it is. Go on, bottom it, do it.
I can't do it. I can't, dude. I can't do it. No way. If you can play a power 9 on the show, you play a power 9 on the show. Yep, coming at you.
I'm gonna chump block with the Goose Mother on City Stalker Connoisseur and let 4 damage go through. So I'm now at 19 and the goose is loose.
Some would say cooked.
It's cooked, oh, you're right.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Oh, and this is
What does
also.
that mean?
No.
They both go well with like a proper side dish, perhaps.
I think it means they both like sex.
Pass.
At upkeep, clocks are happening, but also I'm losing 4 life to the stab wounds, taking me down to 15. I wonder what was on top of my deck. Oh yeah, it was Birds of Paradise, but you already knew that. I will pay 2 green mana for a golden egg, another food. Enters and I draw a card.
Would have gone nice with the goose, Mama, but not here no more.
No, it would have been real nice to have some extra food for her, but I still got food and things to do with it. I'm gonna play a forest. So I have all of this mana hanging out here, and I will pay 1 blue and sacrifice the golden egg in order to get 3 blue mana and another card from Oyamin Urtak's spellbook.
So that's the green spellbook. No, the purple spellbook. Okay, so 3 cards. At random, though, I don't look at them. So it's just gonna be Havoom, Havoom, Havam. And you may have one of these 3. The hell is that?
I mean, I can cast it, and it would be funny.
Yeah, I think it's pretty
So I
good.
think we should try to cast it. It would be funny.
Let's do it.
I've got that extra floating blue mana, so I will spend 1, 2, 3, 7. Yeah, you like these big blue guys, right?
Yes.
For the pursued whale.
Oh my gosh, it's the target audience of Secret Layers.
So Moby Dick comes into play, and you're going to be getting a 1/1 red pirate creature token with this creature can't block, and creatures you attack each combat able. Spells your opponents control to cast it costs 3 more to cast.
It's creatures attack?
All your
each
creatures
turn?
have to attack.
All my creatures have to attack.
All your creatures have to attack.
And that's an ability of the pirate?
Yes.
Do we have a 1/1 red pirate
Out of
creature
all of
token in
these-
the pile?
So out of all of these tokens, I don't have a 1/1 red pirate with that text. This is insane what you need to play this game. Good thing I've got Infinitokens.
Yay!
Not a sponsor. Where are my Infinitokens? I'm out. I better go to www.com and I'll get some Infinitokens in 5 to 6 weeks or days or 3 to 6 weeks. You'll get them. She's good for them. She's not going to just keep your money. Infinitokens doesn't just keep your money.
So we're gonna have a whale of a good time, and Captain Ahab coming under your control.
Arr, mateys, I be of the sea for ye. That's the sound effect it makes.
Actually, Arena would be best served by that.
Right.
That would be amazing. I've literally never seen this token on Arena, to be honest.
I think that this was from like core set 20 or something like that. So like it is in Arena as a normal card.
Oh, no.
But nobody's gonna
No, it's an Infinitoken.
of course.
Not a sponsor, just cool. So, my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep, thank you. Thank you.
I got you.
So we've got an 8 and a 5 on the clock. Draw what might be a good card.
It might be. It's part of the Power 9.
It's a Mox Pearl, which was the first Mox I ever owned a long time ago and sold for way too cheap. It depresses me to think about. So that taps for 1 white mana. When that enters, it's going to trigger Rusko and
Nezahal on the cast, too.
And Nezahal. That's
So
right.
I will draw a card and lose 2 life.
And I will gain 2 life.
Okay, I'm at 13.
1 clock went to 10, 1 went to 7.
Oh, it's almost midnight.
Is getting there. Let's keep the alchemy train rolling.
Oh no.
Yes. Warzone Duplicator. This is from the Brothers War Alchemy. This says when it enters the battlefield, return target creature an opponent controls with power less than the duplicator's power to its owner's hand. If that creature wasn't a token, and it's not, if it's drafted from a spellbook or conjured, by the way, it's not a token. Conjure a duplicate of it into your hand that perpetually gains. You can use mana of any color to cast it. I am targeting Nezahal with the Warzone Duplicator.
A 5/5 at the moment that you are targeting it,
That's right.
but
You wouldn't.
it's not actually in play. Oh, that's crazy. I have 3 cards in hand?
Wouldn't.
I got 3 cards in hand?
No, you wouldn't do it.
I'm going to discard 3 cards. Birds of Paradise, Kami of Whispered Hopes, and Beseiju. I guess I could have also hit this stab wound, but I'm not giving you a land. Get out of here. This is an exile, and it's going to come back at the end step.
So I don't get a Nezahal? It's like one of my favorite blue creatures. It's
Yeah,
a
that's why you
dinosaur
cannot
and it's a
have us.
blue creature and it draws cards. Well, that's okay. I will choose violence. I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
And because my pirate says everybody must attack, everybody
Oh my God.
must attack. Oracle of the Gem Raising Alpha, City Stalker, Connoisseur, Clone Crafter, Siphoner, Rusko, the Crocodile, and other Rusko.
All right, I'm going to put the...
I have an attack trigger.
Oh, Scry, of course.
Yep. Hold on.
Consulting with the computer.
Back on top.
Wow.
Because why not?
So I'm going to go to blocks. I'm going to throw the pursued whale in front of Perforator Crocodile, Oyuman Nartok in front of the Spark Doubled Rusco. And before damage is dealt, I have to pay a life for this Waterlog Grove, tap this, eat my food in order to go back up to 15 before I am dealt. How much damage is this?
14 damage.
14 damage? Sounds great. I'm going to go to 1. Oyuman Nartok is dead. Here, have a stab wound to go
Thank
straight
you.
to the graveyard. The Perforator Crocodile, also dead, but I'm left with but a whale.
I have always wanted to do this.
No.
Yes.
Are you going to kill me off a Risco trigger?
Not exactly. Not exactly. I'm going to kill you with something even more classic and even better. I'm going to cast this Acquisitions Expert for 1 in a black, and I'm going to hold priority.
You're going
What?
He's
to
gonna
hold priority?
press the control button and hold priority.
I'm going to put in full control, hold priority, and I'm going to target my own Acquisitions Expert with Counterspell and drain you for 2.
Heck no! The 2 Riscos trigger and I lose 2 life and die.
Who said control decks don't have win cons?
A fine game, a fine game.
Fine game of arena alchemy. Yes.
It's some sort of magic.
Well, I guess round 2, it's you and me. Why are you dressed with the snake, by the way? Or am I about to find out?
The name's Zane, Jesse Zane.
Round 2. I am here up against the legend himself, LVD. Why are you why are you dressed like that? For real? What is this?
Yes, so I'm a very serious Magic player, as you can tell. And today I'm bringing Jesse Zane Fangbringer, which is all about making snakes, casting snakes, and drawing cards, and specifically making lots and lots of Ambush Vipers. This 2-mana, 2/1 has Flash, Death Touch, and specifically with Jesse Zane, when it enters a battlefield, it also draws me a card, and whenever I cast a snake spell, Jesse Zane will put an additional Ambush Viper in the top 6 cards of my library at random, and that's where I'll need CGB's help to randomize my Ambush Vipers on the top of my deck.
Wow, Jesse Zane fangs a lot. Good one, Professor. Good. And this is the deck that Amy built for me, which is Buxton Decorated Host. Did you build this because I look so much like Buxton here in this gathered at the table?
You're a very decorated host.
Indeed, indeed. So this is really cool. It's a Convoke legendary. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a tapped creature, which I likely would because I convoked it, seek a non-land permanent card with mana value X or less, where X is the number of tapped creatures you control. Put that creature onto the battlefield. What is Seek?
Seek is going to be getting a card out of your library at random without shuffling that meets those requirements. I will do my best to be impartial about my judgments and my seeking.
I love this commander because when I cast it, you have to do all the thinking and all the work.
Absolutely.
My favorite thing in the world. All right, so we still are gonna roll because this is a new best of 1. Roll for highs. Oh, the computer.
Computers, please.
All right, my computer rolled me a 6.
It's
You
pretty
can do
good.
better. There we go. All right.
Computer, please shuffle up my thing and present me with my hand.
Please.
I like a nice smooth hand.
I have a lot of living up to the legend of the computer last round.
Now there's
that was amazing.
There's no power 9 in this deck, so we'll have to do with just some mana elves and snakes, but we'll make it work.
If there was a power 9 of snakes, Ambush Viper would be in that power 9, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the more iconic snakes in Magic.
Ambush Viper draw a card, or as there's also the blue Ambush Viper, Snapcaster Mage, which is one of my personal favorites.
Do I give you the one with no lands in it? Or do I give you the one with some lands in it?
You don't sound very enthusiastic
You
about
do
my
get a free
hand.
mulligan in this format.
No, I like this because I know this. Oh, wait, there's no...
I believe the Arena Shuffler would show you this one.
Let's have a look.
Cool. So this is a deck with white in it, and all of my cards in my hand except for one are white, but I have no white mana. So computer, I'm going to take a free mulligan. Computer, clean that up.
Hey kids, I'm a computer.
That's you know how you get to select your Siri voice? It's like, that's my Siri voice. Hey kids, I'm a computer. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Say it again.
Would you like to know the weather? It's great stuff.
Angry East Coast Siri. If they made angry East Coast Siri voice, that would be incredible. My computer's having technical difficulties. We need to reboot her.
Careful what you say about the computer, because then your RNG might not be what you want it to be. They have feelings.
Yeah, I'll keep that. Hells yeah, I'll keep. Thank you, computer. Talk about a smooth hand.
All right, so as my first gameplay action, I'm gonna cast a free Once Upon a Time
Oh no.
as my first spell for the game. Lets me look at the top 5 to find a creature or land and put it in my hand.
Not alchemy, just fire design.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is more broken?
How many formats is that card banned in? 5, 6? It's up there.
How many formats is it banned in? Yes.
I'll reveal a forest and I'll immediately play it as well. And then it's always nice to start out with a mana elf. And Delighted Halfling, while technically not an elf, is probably one of the best and most played cards in Brawl. And yeah, that's my turn.
Damn, I won't be able to counter your commander with my Selesnya tokens deck. All right. We'll go ahead and we'll play a Razor Verge Thicket. Tap for a white. There it is. It's Kevyn, Hero of Akros. It does a lot of stuff. At the end of combat, blah, 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 blah. Pass the turn.
A play I always like to make is to cast Utopia Sprawl, which enchants my forest, lets it tap for an additional green mana, because we'll name green, and then we can still cast our commander. And now Jesse Zane enters the battlefield, and for the first time, CGB, you can
I'm up.
you can put a Ambush Viper in the top 6 at random. I technically can't watch because I don't know where it'll end up, but it also has the additional text of drawing a card when it enters the battlefield. And you're up.
All right. I'm very excited because I was genuinely worried, Playplanes, that playing Arena, Brawl, Alchemy, I wouldn't know any of these cards, but so far, I know all the cards because the next is another classic from the Boomer Magic days of old. It's Voice of Resurgence. Now, this is whenever an opponent casts a spell during your turn or when Voice of Resurgence dies, create a green and white elemental creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. And another great part about this is my computer is just going to have to pay attention to whether or not I don't have to pay attention to my triggers.
Try to ambush
Yep.
on his turn.
Yep.
Cool token.
Yep.
Hard nerf to the Ambush Viper right
Yeah.
there. Really hard nerf.
Sorcery speed snakes.
Oh well, we'll make it work.
Pass turn.
My turn, take a draw, play another forest for turn. I would like to play another elf, Lenor Elves this case. And then we have 4 mana left for one of my favorite cards of all time that's recently been printed, Roaming Throne. This enters a battlefield choosing a creature type. I'm gonna choose Snake. And now whenever I trigger an ability of a creature with that type, it will trigger an additional time. So my Ambush Vipers will now draw 2 cards instead of just 1.
It's a very angular looking snake. I don't think they usually have that many legs.
No, not at all.
And I don't feel the need to attack and trade, so I'll just pass a turn.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Oh, that is neat. So I think what I'm going to do is I will play a forest and I will just tap it for a little Birds of Paradise. But even though it just came into play this turn, I can convoke it towards my commander. I am going to convoke Kevyn. I'm going to convoke the Voice of Resurgence, and I'm going to add 2 more to bring in Buxton. No attacks, move to end step. Computer, what happens during my end step? I control 3 tapped creatures.
I'm gonna get the big bucks. Can I have your deck, please?
Get the big bucks. Let's see it.
Bam, you got an Esper Sentinel.
Oh, we're really playing commander now.
Oh, cool, alt art.
No, that's the unfinished.
Sketch art, right?
Yeah, sketch art.
No, we have to use cosmetics. We have to pay a lot of gems for that on our
Yeah,
show,
right.
actually.
Oh wait,
That's how
hang on.
that works.
Let me really give you the arena experience.
Wow.
Was that the Parallax?
Parallax.
Oh, it's great.
Except that doesn't make you nauseous. All right.
I think you still need to color that one in.
Get me those Infinitoken markers. Pass the turn.
All right, I may or may not have drawn an Ambush Viper. So I'll play the Merge Keeper, and when I cast a Snake, Jesse Zane triggers once again, putting another Ambush Viper in the top 6. No peeking.
It's a secret to everyone.
I get that reference.
Ching.
All right, now the next step is to cast my very first and hopefully not last Ambush Viper, and I'll play it in my turn so we don't run into Voice of Resurgence shenanigans. Now, step 1, I cast Ambush Viper. I trigger Jesse Zane. So let's resolve that first.
All right. Getting right back to it.
Aren't you glad you have somebody else to shuffle for you?
All right. Now, Ambush Viper enters the battlefield. It's a snake. Roaming Throne says snakes trigger twice. So I now draw 2 cards.
Will it be an Ambush Viper?
There's pretty good chances.
And that's what we like to see. So next, we'll cast another copy of, you guessed it, Ambush Viper. So again, Jesse Zane triggers.
Wait, how long does this go on for?
As much mana as I have, hopefully.
You're tapped out now, right? Right?
Well-
I haven't played land for turn yet, I believe.
Once you get more draws. Look at you.
It's still going.
So, Ambush Viper enters, I draw 2 cards. I like to take a lot of game actions. That's my favorite thing in Magic. So this deck is
Relatable.
right up my alley. And I'll play my land for turn. I think I've done enough for now, so I will pass it back.
All right. Untap, upkeep, and draw. Well, there we go. We're going to play a fetch land, a windswept heath. Tap, go down to 24.
First blood.
First blood, self-inflicted. Computer, go get me a plains. Or is there dual lands in this deck?
There should be.
Go get me one comp.
Wait,
Please.
If we're doing the arena
Comp,
experience,
please.
Yeah, I gotta separate.
yeah, you have to
every
separate
single one.
all the lands into
Right.
the pile at the
Break it up,
front
break
to
it up.
show exactly what the plane
Would
selection
you like
is.
the Temple Garden?
I don't know, would I? I think I would.
Computer's feisty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we trade computers?
I'm happy with this one.
Look, you could even pay 2 more life and bring it in untapped.
Well, I'm actually gonna do that. Oh no, I'm not, because I got the Birds of Paradise. So yeah. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It's coming in tapped.
Shuffler performance issues.
God, more like shuffler attitude issues. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm very glad you're my computer.
It's okay. I'm actually the shuffler for all of Magic the Gathering Arena. Every single time you shuffle your deck, that's me. And that's why all your hands are terrible.
Yes.
You need Magic Arena Premium to get the good hands.
Oh, yes.
Gotta pay that subscription fee.
This
What are
is
they-
what premium looks like.
Don't give them any ideas. All right, we're gonna get a mana from the Birds of Paradise and all of these for a roaming throne.
Ooh.
One good throne deserves another. Now, I'm gonna name rabbits. All right. I don't think I wanna attack into that just yet, so I will pass the turn.
All right, in end step, you're gonna get 2 1-drops because you have a tapped Birds of Paradise.
That's
May I have your
right.
library?
So 2 1-drops onto the battlefield from the throne. Wow.
Bam, you get yourself a
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim.
Nice.
And let's go to the middle of
You
the
don't have
deck.
to throw them.
But
Roaming
it's fun. I like throwing things.
Roaming Throne, not an alchemy card, just busted.
Yeah.
Hey, Wiremite.
Very cool. This is neat. I'm having fun.
2 decks just going wide at each other.
I love
I'm not
going
supposed
wide.
to shuffle. Pretend you didn't see that.
Why did you?
I changed the order of your library that had no information publicly known about it. I'm a bad computer.
Wow.
You might be wondering why Haywire Might's a little different from its paper cousin, and that's because it's been changed through alchemy.
Wait, it has? Oh my
Maybe.
gosh.
Oh, that
I didn't
does-
notice that.
Haywire Might's actually stronger in Brawl for some reason
Some
that I
reason.
don't know. It's a 1/2 and it gains you 3 life.
I didn't even notice that. Is there a reason they updated that?
No.
No.
Because it doesn't die to Orcish Bowmasters or something.
Thank goodness.
All right, let's untap, and I'm hoping for another fantastic turn.
Thanks for the memories.
3 mana, let's tap our halfling and cast a copy of Cloud Key, naming creature. So now my creature spells get a 1 mana discount.
So,
Next.
when you play your cloud key, a little pop-up comes up from your computer asking if you'd like to pay the 1 for Esper Sentinel.
Thank you, computer.
That should have been you. Should have been you.
You know
Beat
what?
me to it.
you can have your card.
Woo!
I'm feeling generous.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
convenient.
Next, we'll pay 2 mana for another alchemy card, Wicker Wing Effigy. A 1/4 defender says I can look at the top card of my library at any time and cast creature spells off the top, but instead of being normal creatures, they're turned into 1/1 flying birds, I believe. So now my ambush vipers will fly. So
Oh, that's not good.
Bringing all the enemies together. You love to see it.
and guess what's on the top of my deck? It's an ambush viper, which is now, I guess we need some tags here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Need tags? Look for infinite tags. They're not called that, but maybe they should have been. Infinite tokens tags. Perfect for when you're playing digital alchemy in paper. And possibly other uses.
Got reminder text? Want to affect something perpetually? Use some tags.
I am perpetually affected by many things.
That must be very awkward.
All right, now my 1/1 bird viper enters, triggering roaming throne twice. And I guess I also cast another snake spell, so Jesse Zane triggers first.
On it. Yes.
Hope we have enough ambush by viper tokens.
We're testing me, that is for sure.
His name is Monty. Monty Python.
Oh my god.
So I get to draw 2 cards. Somehow I haven't played a Langford turn yet. Tap my Merge Keeper for green, a regular Ambush Viper, which will trigger Jesse Zane.
Yep. Okay.
And
A
the
lot
game
of playing
actions-
Brawl
Oh
is
my
actually
goodness.
just playing solitaire and seeing how many game actions you can take in a single turn.
Exactly.
If you really want to go hard, play a Simic Landfall deck. You can take a 60-minute turn. There's no timeout.
So I draw 2. I did find a land, so I'll play it for turn. And then we still have some mana left. And what better way to spend that mana than to cast, you guessed it, more
blame me.
Ambush Vipers. Trigger Jesse.
Oh my god.
Prof, he's going off.
Don't
What are we
blame
doing
me.
about this?
Trigger Jesse, trigger Prof.
Oh my goodness. Proceed.
Now, before I draw off my Ambush Viper, I can have a look at the top of my deck just in case it changed, because then I could still flash in another Ambush Viper. But alas, I'll just have to draw, and then I guess I'll have another peek, and then draw again. And then we'll have another peek, and oh boy.
Oh my god.
Cast another Ambush Viper, although this one is a bird as well. So first, trigger Jesse.
Singleton format, by the way.
We'll draw, and draw again. And then I guess I'm out of mana for now, but I'm not out of attack steps. So yeah, these 3 creatures are attacking.
So I guess the question is should I start picking off ambush vipers? And I don't think that you're going to be casting many spells during my turn. So I think I just want to get the token. You think that's a good strategy,
It's
computer?
a big token.
It's a big token. So we're going to block one of those ambush vipers there. I've got no flyers. So you just we're going to make it very lore specific and kill Gideon.
What's
Yeah,
the
he'll just
command to get the computer to tell you how to play on Arena?
That's I can answer that question. What you do is you highlight over each card and you see when it shows you a legal move. And then there you go.
Sparky, is that you?
All right, my voice of resurgence dies. Kithion, Gideon, whatever he's called, is dead, and I take 2 in the air.
It's just 1.
Oh, I just take 1.
What sound do you think a bird snake makes? Scar! Cuss!
All right, here's my element of harmony as we go into untap, upkeep, and draw. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2, and I'm also going to spend the ward cost of 2, targeting your roaming throne, for ossification, more like yassification, because I'm getting rid of that damn roaming throne. This is just going to enchant my forest, and when ossification enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls until ossification leaves the battlefield.
You know, I would expect this from a snake, but coming from you, that's pretty cold-blooded.
Would you write these down before you came on the show?
I did.
A real professional.
Ossification.
Ossification, indeed. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead, and the problem is despite my giant elemental, it doesn't have trample, it doesn't have flying, and it can just be chump blocked by a little death touch ambush viper. That really stinks. All right, so next, didn't play a land for turn. I'm gonna play a Prismatic Vista, tap it, sack it, get a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield. I lose a life going down to 22. Computer, would you get me a forest or a plains? Because I have one of each already.
Can we decide for
Yeah,
you?
give me a forest or a plains, computer.
A forest for you.
Very good. We're gonna do 1 mana there and the Avacyn's Pilgrim to bring into play my Wily Duke. Wily Duke is a 4/2 with vigilance, and when Wily Duke becomes tapped, I gain a life and I draw a card. That's pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and move to my end step, and Buxton is gonna do some things because I've got tapped creatures, don't I?
How many tapped critters you got?
I got 1 tapped critter. I got 2 tapped critters.
All right, hand me the deck, please.
Gotta do everything myself.
My arms are not that long.
And there's Roaming Throne, so it's 2 2-mana creatures.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you
2
say?
or 1 mana.
Permanents, right? Not creatures. Yeah, it's permanent.
Yeah.
Here's the first one I saw.
Oh, wow. It's a Flowering of the White Tree. Legendary creatures I control get +2/+1 and have ward 1. And it's a Puppers, a Selfless Savior.
Aww.
I can kill the dog to give another creature indestructible.
You wouldn't do that, though, because it's an adorable dog.
I didn't design the card. It's like that Rest in Peace where the dog's dead. It's so depressing.
You're right.
No, really, they made a Rest in Peace where the dog is dead.
Even the flavor text is, oh gosh, yeah.
It's depressing. What does Magic the Gathering R&D have against dogs?
Cat people.
Yes, passes to you.
I'll go ahead and untap. I'll take my draw. And then we'll once again take a look at the top card of my library. I'll play Forest for turn. I'll go ahead and cast an Explore.
And here's a question for you. Do you pay the 1 off Esper Sentinel's trigger?
We never pay the 1.
Then I draw the card. Ooh, that's a good one too.
And I'll go ahead and draw, play an additional land for turn, play this beautiful enchantment called Elven Chorus, which says I can now once again look at the top card of my library, one of my favorite things in Magic, and then cast creature spells off the top, and my creatures can also tap to add 1 mana of any color, so all my snakes are now also mana elves.
No.
Okay.
And
How
then
many snakes are going to come out this turn?
A lot.
A lot.
I will pay 3 for another neat little artifact, Arunas' Monument, which says green creature spells cost 1 less to cast. A little bit redundant with the Cloud Key, but also whenever a creature spell gets cast, target creature we control gets +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. And trample and death touch are pretty nice together. So can now pay a single green to cast an Ambush Viper, which will trigger Jesse Zane. Computer, please.
What a surprise, another Ambush Viper?
What's the arena equivalent of F6?
Okay, so you have to press, I think it's like Shift and Control, but it has to be the left Shift and then Enter, and that lets you auto pass the turn, but it doesn't always work.
I do that.
I'm down to purple sleeves for the Vipers. It's gonna be what it is.
All right, and besides triggering Jesse, I also triggered Arunas' Monument, and I will target one of these Ambush Vipers to get +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. And then now we'll resolve our Ambush Viper trigger, drawing 2 cards.
No, just 1 now, right? Since
All right.
there's no more throne.
I'm sorry, there's no more Roaming Throne. I forgot you got rid of it. So just 1 card, sadly. We don't need extra cards when we can just cast Ambush Vipers off the top. So, kakos! This Ambush Viper will also draw a card, but before I do, I'll have another look. We'll just take our draw step.
Gee, I wonder what that one is.
I could-
It's a power 9.
That would be very nice. Or would it? I'm starting to think the Vipers are better.
And I guess we also triggered the Arunas' Monument an additional time, so this one gets an additional boost.
Do you
And
think
then
you die to 1 snake in 1 turn?
we will tap
Mega Snake.
our Wickerwing Effigy for green mana, cast Ambush Viper off the top, which again triggers Jesse Zane, and again will draw me a card.
A fun fact about this format is that Paradox Engine is not banned in Brawl. Which
my
means
God.
that there's an awful lot of ways that you could go infinite. Speaking of which, that guy right there, Wily Duke, in Commander, you don't get to go infinite with him very often because there's no Paradox Engine. But you can do it here.
I want Paradox Engine with these Vipers. That sounds like an infinite I could get behind.
I'll take another look at the top card, and then I'm almost out of Vipers.
That might be my line.
You're gonna start putting infinite tokens in there, whatever.
These two I can still tap for mana, and I shall cast a copy of Horn of the Mark, which is a Lord of the Rings card saying whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack a player, I can look at the top 5 of my library and reveal a creature card from among them and put it into my hand. So that's another way of finding our Ambush Vipers in case they're not on the top. So I'll go ahead and attack with these 2 Ambush Viper. 1 Ambush Viper got pumped 3 times with Ronas' Monument, so that's an 8-powered Trampling Death Touch Ambush Viper. And of course I also triggered my Horn of the Mark, so I get to take a look at the top 5 to hopefully find an Ambush Viper.
Gosh, do you think you will?
Wow, we missed on Ambush Viper.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm not here. I'm not here.
Yeah, in fact, there's no creatures whatsoever.
Wow.
So they get put on the bottom in a random order. So computer, please randomize these for me.
It would be my great pleasure. Fortunately, you can still cast off the top if you can find the mana.
What I'm gonna do there is I'm gonna block the 8 Trampler, and I'm going to block another Ambush Viper with my Selfless Savior. Before damage is dealt, I'm going to sacrifice the Selfless Savior to give that indestructible.
I believe with Death Touch and Trample, we still only need to assign 1 damage to the huge creature, even though it's indestructible.
So
I will still trample for 7, and this one gets absorbed.
So 7 goes over, bringing me down to 15.
And I guess now that there's no Voice of Resurgence on the battlefield anymore, I can just ambush you with my,
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
what's on top of the deck.
I will pass a turn.
All right, let's go ahead and untap, upkeep, draw. All right, so what I would like to do here, double white and another, and I want to Skyclave Apparition your commander. Skyclave Apparition is going to exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent I don't control with mana value 4 or less. When it leaves the battlefield, the exile card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token, where X is the mana value of the exiled card.
In response, I will still tap it for a green thanks to my Elven Chorus, and then cast yet another Ambush Viper.
Oh my god.
This one also a bird, that's a 1/1 flyer, and will also trigger Jesse Zane. And it will also trigger my Ronas' Monument. I'll pump this Ambush Viper that doesn't fly, and then we'll resolve our draw trigger, which you guessed it. All right, and then now Skyclave resolves. This gets exiled, but I have the choice of sending it back to the command zone.
You don't want to do that, right? You're going to put it under the Apparition.
I'll keep Jesse Zane in the command zone. I do have a 2 mana cost reduction, so that's not a big deal.
Moving along, I would like to go ahead and tap my Avacyn's Pilgrim for a white for this little card here. It's called Warden of the Inner Sky. This is neat because it's a 1/2, and as long as Warden of the Inner Sky has 3 or more counters on it, it gets Flying and Vigilance, which I think it's going to need. I can tap 3 untapped artifacts and or creatures I control to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and also scry 1. Have to do it as a sorcery, but there's no per turn limit on that, which I like. Let's get some bodies on the ground. Tap for a Delighted Halfling. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to tap that Delighted Halfling. Note that even though it has Summoning Sickness, I'm doing it to Warden of the Inner Sky. Wily Duke, which is gonna have a trigger, and the Esper Sentinel. My trigger off of Wily Duke is that I gain a life, going up to 16, and I draw a card. That's all right, that's all right. Get a counter here, and I scry. That's kind of nice. I like that. I like that. I'm going to keep that right on top. Go ahead and we're going to tap the Skyclave Apparition, the Haywire Might, and I want to keep that open for casting. I don't have enough mana out, so we're actually going to do Buxton to put another counter there. I know what that is. I want to leave it on top. I don't even have enough creatures for the 3rd. No. No, but I can tap an artifact, but I don't have an artifact. I can do the elemental. This is leaving me open to a bad swing. I think I have to just leave it like this, though, because otherwise I'm in trouble without the blocker. I wanted to give that another counter, though, and I can't bring anything out of my hand. So I am afraid that I am just going to have to pass the turn and hope I manifest something good. Or hope I seek something good, sorry, with the alchemy terminology.
That's 7 tapped creatures, I believe.
Wait. Let the computer do the work. Excuse me. Let the computer do the work.
There's 7 tapped creatures.
There's 7 tapped creatures.
May I have your library?
Yes.
Please, no Elish Norn.
Come on. Oh, please tell me Elish Norn.
Such a hit.
That would be amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna go split ahead to a random spot and still start looking for permanents. Ooh, well, there's some sad stuff that can happen when you're seeking for X or
what
less.
is it? Let's see.
The first one I hit is Skrelv, who can't block.
Come on.
Nailing it.
Computer.
And the second one is Enduring Vitality.
We computers are competitive. I'm really out to get like a smiley face at the end of the game. That's what we go for.
The turn passes to you.
My snake is getting a little unruly here.
Yeah.
It's getting too excited. The end is in sight. All right, we'll untap. So we've got 5 1/1 flying snakes.
A normal number.
Got a blocker though.
A
Before
bird on
taking
bird
my
vibe.
draw step, let's check for ambush vipers. I'll take my draw step, and this is another fun alchemy card that can fit into a lot of typal decks. It's Faceless Agent. Enters the battlefield, I get to seek a creature card of the most prevalent creature type in my library. Computer, what's my most prevalent creature type?
Oh no! Hold on. Also, you only have to tap 2 for that. because of
Exactly.
your
I'm
beautiful
I'm
Podkey.
just floating some mana here.
Lovely. Okay. Okay. Really quick math here. Are you positive?
It's snake.
Positive. Okay.
It's snake.
And it doesn't shuffle. All right.
I'm not gonna lie, when they changed Naga to Snake, I was pretty happy.
Seeked.
All right.
Sook?
Sucked. Seekin.
Sock.
We'll take a look at the top. Ooh. All right. Trigger Ronos' Monument. 1, 2, 3 additional mana, and I will cast Defiler of Vigor off the top of my deck. This is also a 1/1 flying bird.
Of course.
It's not Phyrexian Worm is what it normally is.
And this card is awesome in this deck because it says, as an additional cost to cast green permanent spells, I can pay 2 life instead of paying its normal green mana cost, which means that with a Ronos' Monument or Cloud Key alongside the Defiler Vigor, I can now cast my Ambush Vipers just by paying 2 life, no mana necessary, which means I can now cast as many Ambush Vipers as I can draw, and whenever I cast a green permanent spell, I can put a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control. So I hope you brought enough dice, because I'm gonna need them.
Bring me all the dice that you have.
Dice.
All right, I'm gonna get my work in because it's the computer's job to put the counters on things in Arena.
Let's see, there's 1 flying blocker, and
There's one. They don't have haste, right? They don't have haste.
they were already in play.
Oh.
And we also triggered the Monument an additional time, so this Viper also got pumped a little bit more, or we could maybe split it up if we really wanted to, and say that another Viper got pumped, getting Trample in the process.
Yeah, the computer says maybe we have to use different dice for the
yeah.
temporary bonuses and different dices for the permanent bonuses.
Good idea.
Yes.
And then now is a good time to have a look at the top part of our library. And before I proceed, I will pay 1 green mana and 2 life from the Defiler of Vigor to cast a Sylvan Anthem, which is an enchantment saying green creatures we control get +1/+1, and whenever a green creature enters the battlefield, I get to scry 1. So that's a great way to keep drawing into more Ambush Vipers. And of course, we also trigger Defiler of Vigor, putting a +1/+1 counter on each permanent I control.
So 13 +1/+1 counters coming right up. Okay, computer is starting to overheat a little bit. I might just lose my way on the dice here.
This is insane.
It's normal.
This is normal.
This is Brawl.
The kind of things you can get up to in the Brawl format. Am I right, Amy?
Oh, yeah.
And I just grind through the popper leagues on MitGo, you know? It's like...
You really like the manual. You have to tap all your mana. There's no auto tap. You haven't been taking advantage
I didn't say I liked it.
of auto
I did not say I liked the Magic Online interface. I said I play Magic Online. I didn't say I liked the interface.
Really nice clicky sound effects that sound like a wood block. Yeah, those are great.
Have you heard the sound effects when we attack and block on this show? I love those.
By the way, computer, would you like to, or shall I, for that non-creature spell?
Was that the first one cast this turn?
Sylvan Anthem, I believe so, yeah.
Do you pay?
The one.
You can draw.
This card will win me the game. No. It's a good
You
one,
knew
though.
what was up there. You scribed
I
it there.
forgot. He was putting. It's been so many counters. I forgot. It's been up 80 years.
And then now I'll pay 2 life, thanks to my Defiler Vigor, to cast an Ambush Viper. So I go to 21. A lot of things happen. There's Ronos' Monument. There's, I guess my commander's still missing an action, so we should probably put that on the battlefield soon. So
Do you even need to?
Can I
I think you have
read?
lethal.
I guess I probably do, yeah.
So am I resolving my +1/+1 counters, my master?
Make him do it.
I will do it. I got you.
Trigger.
Each green creature, green permanent, is +13/+13 to the board at the minimum.
So now it's time to redeploy our commander since we want to draw more Ambush Vipers, of course. Computer, can I have some more Ambush Vipers?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Computer, I concede. Good game. Good game. Can I get,
It's like real Brawl.
editor, can I get, did you have a good time in the match? And the smiley, the frowny face, please. Oh, the
Smiley.
frowny, no.
Would it be-
No. Joking aside, thank you so much for coming out here today and showing us how it's done. That was pretty wild. If you're not subscribed to any of these fine creators' channels, links are in this video description, of course. And, can we do Magic Online in paper next? Would you? I've got some Magic Online in paper decks. They're called Magic decks. They're just called Magic decks. Can we play some Magic?
Always down for Magic.
All right, let's
Always
get some
down for
Magic.
Magic.
All right, fine. You not only got me to play Brawl, but you got me to admit I know what a Mox Ruby is. You happy? Mox Ruby's on the wall. You happy? Brawl.
I've got a problem. I'm addicted to taking game actions, and the first step is admitting that you have a problem. But I know how to solve it. I'll just get some help from CGB and I'll start playing blue-white control, and no game actions needed.
I have peaked. I have hit the top, the tippity top of MTG. I cast 2 Ancestral Recalls on Shuffle Up and Play. It can only go downhill from here.
It is so CGB to kill me by casting a counterspell. You're not supposed to be able to kill somebody by casting a counterspell!
I hope I was a good shuffler today. I have to get a certain percentage of smiley faces or I get relegated to Explorer.
Aqueous.
Snake. Plains. Snake on a plains.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
We're talking about Brexit again on Shuffle Up and Play. We have brought our pet decks. Maybe not the most powerful commander decks, but some of our favorites from over the years that we just can't put down and can't stop tuning up.
Hey, anyone want to concede quickly?
Thank God, I'm out of here.
Nice.
Get him, get him!
I don't like bowing to politics, but
Bow to me.
Amy is right. Wow, okay.
I think the kids started thinking that the word bussin' is cringe.
If it wasn't before, it
It is now.
I just want to see you hoisted on your own petard, man. Like, you pay 20 life, don't make the minion and then just sit there? Do you have a Gru cosplay?
Normally, it's over the head. I'm a parent of a small child.
Okay.
I Urza hate minions.